Well, howdy everybody. How is everybody doing tonight on the YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood Chef Shade coming at you. I want to make this little video here, talking about that situation I got into with this couple that had this battery that the negative terminal to post was pulled out of the case. So what happened was, you know how parking lots are. You got your center lane, parking on each side like this. And then the other side, you got parking like this. So you got two lanes of parking right here. What happened was I come in the lane this way and parked in this way. And this couple was about 3 cars down this way, facing out with the hood up. Well, before I went to town, I had to run to town today, on a spur of a moment type thing. I had to go, and I was thinking about what I was going to drive to town. I had second thoughts, and I'd go, well, I'll drive the Durango. So I drove the Durango, and like I said, I had to go a couple other places. And then I had second thoughts of going to Myers. You guys always go to Myers, check out their stuff in there. So what I did was I pulled into Myers, like I said, pulled into a spot, and this couple had their hood up on their vehicle. I think it was a Chevy Equinox, I think. I think that's what it was. But I just happened to, so what I did was, when I got on my Durango, I walked this way, down this lane right here, walked by him. I kind of looked down at the guy and said, uh-oh, that's pretty serious when you're got all the tools out trying to take a battery out. He said, yeah, he says, I got a mess here. So I kind of looked at it, and here, the terminal was on the negative post, and he had the post pulled out of the case of the battery. Now, I don't know if he did that or it was loose or not, but I can just about bet. I bet he probably pulled it out of the battery. He had the whole post pulled up out of the battery with the terminal still on it, and he could not get the terminal off. So let me show you guys something. The terminal that's on them cars. If we can see it here, we get it. It's kind of too bright. But there is, there. See if we can do it here. There is a terminal for GM native battery terminal. So what happens is this piece right here tightens this up. The piece right here pulls this together. This is where your that's where your wires go when it's on this post right here. So when you tighten this down, it pulls this together and tightens this up. Well, he had the wire off here, and he had this loose, but this piece wasn't not loose. It was all corroded in here. The terminal was still seized to the battery post. So what I'm thinking is, when he tried to pry up on it with a screwdriver, he had a set of Craftsman screwdrivers and a few other tools. I didn't pay attention what brand they were, but he had some socket set and ratchets and a brush and stuff like that there that he was using. But anyways, he had this nut loose, but this right here was all froze up. There we go. We got a good view. We got a good view of it now. But it was all froze up and stuck. Well, there we go. That's always nice to happen. There we go. But anyways, so what I ended up doing for him was I tried to get a screwdriver down here, trying to loosen it up, mess with it. I couldn't hold on to it. He didn't have a pair of pliers or nothing. I thought, well, I'm gonna go to the Durango and pick up a few tools. Guess what tools I brought over? Okay, he had his tools, cheap tools. The socket set looked like a set of maybe Cobalt sockets, maybe. I just glanced at him, wasn't paying attention, but I looked at his screwdriver, and he had his Craftsman screwdriver. I went to my Durango and I grabbed 2 tools. First thing I grabbed was my cheap junk pair of pliers, Cummins pliers. Got a pair of pliers, and I grabbed a hammer. Because what I wanted to do was try to get some way to get that terminal off of this post somehow. So what I ended up doing was, what I ended up doing was I took this screwdriver and I jammed it down. This was all frozen up in here. It was all bound up. It was all froze up, I'm saying. So what I did was took a screwdriver and got down in here and loosened this up. Got the screwdriver, took the nut completely off. He had it loosened up. I took the nut off and I took this piece off right here. It was actually stuck to the bottom here. I ended up getting it loosened up. Got everything loosened up. Got this loose and got the terminal loose on the post. But I still couldn't get the post off. I couldn't get the terminal off because the post was out of the battery. I didn't have no way of getting leverage to get it pulled off. It just would not come off. So what I ended up doing was I pulled the terminal up with the post on it so far up. I had it up about this far. What I was able to do is I was able to grab a hold of the bottom post underneath the terminal. I grabbed it with my pair of pliers. What I did was, let me get this situated here. Grabbed it with a pair of pliers. Used my claw hammer. Got between the pliers and the terminal. I put it underneath the terminal, like so. And I worked all the way around that terminal to get it pulled off, that post. And guess what? Ended up getting off. It took me a while. I tell you what, when I first looked at it, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh crap. I was like, well, there's going to have to find some way to hold the post to get the terminal off of it. So that's the reason why I grabbed a pair of pliers. Messed with it. Took a screwdriver in the terminal and tried to pry it open, pry it off. And that didn't work. Had the idea that I'd put the pliers in there like that. Put the claw hammer underneath the terminal, like so, and put the claw hammer between the pair of pliers and the terminal, and just pry it off the post. And I got it right off. So that's what I did for the people. They were really appreciated what I did for them, and I went on about my business. So now at the end of this video, what I want to do is, I actually found a few things in Meijer's. I had to go in Meijer's. My hands were dirty, so I went in the bathroom. The whole battery on his car was all corroded. I mean, it was really bad. This was all corroded. I said, you need to get that all cleaned up. Get a wire brush. He actually had a little wire brush to clean the whole terminal up inside and out. Get it all nice and clean. Spray some stuff on it to eat some of the corrosion away. And you won't have to worry about it ever again. So he's going to do that. He was putting back together as I left. And I went into Meijer's, washed my hands, and proceeded to go in and just snoop around in there. But I want to show you guys what I kind of found in the Meijer's. So let me get this real quick. So when I go in at Meijer's, I always snoop back their clearance items. And first thing I go back is, from the bathroom, I go back to clothing and shoes and stuff. And I always go through the shoes. You never know what you can find. Well, I just happened to go back there and go on there. They got a certain section with a clearance, clearance items that they're doing. I think I was in there the last time, and I got a pair of shoes in the last time and had, like 30% off or something like that. But anyways, they had new sign there. I looked at the sign, and it said 75% off. I was like, oh, 75% off? Already tagged prices on pink labels. So take a look at this, guys. This had a pink label on it. They had pink labels and yellow labels. Yellow label shoes were 50% off, and the pink label shoes were 75% off. Look at the price on the pink label here. These are $60 pair of shoes, pink labeled at $39. That's 35% off. There's the percentage off of that. $39 or 35% the original price. Take an additional 75% off that price right there. I got these pair of shoes for $9.75, guys. Look at that. I don't care what anybody says. I'll wear these shoes till I wear them out. For $9.75 plus tax. Yeah. These are my next year's work boots. My other shoes I was wearing to work, they're pretty well getting ragged. I've had Shoot, I've had one pair of boots for several years. I don't wear out my boots too much, but if these last the year, I'll get my $10 worth out of them very easily, working out in the garage. And I found something else real quick in the Myers. I always go back in the food department too, like I do everywhere. I'll go back in the food section. They always have manager specials back there. And take a guess what I found. Let me go get it. Okay, guys, what did I get? What did I get? Bam. 65% off fresh rainbow trout fillets. Now, this is the 10th. So this is use or freeze by the 12th. 65%. This is a 12-ounce piece for $4.37 for rainbow trout. And I didn't get just one. They didn't have one. I got two. If they would have had more, trust me, I would have got more. There's 2 pieces there. I got 2 pieces of rainbow trout for $4.37. So 2 pieces of rainbow trout, a pair of shoes. I walked out of Myers at less than $20. Can't beat that. I think it was $19.19. I think was my total bill on this. So it was worth my trip to town today. I helped a couple out. I wasn't even going to drive my Durango today. I had the right tools for the job to do what I needed to do. The cheapest tools possible. A pair of cheap pliers I've had for 30 years, and a hammer that's probably 50 years old. That's an old hammer. I did all that. Got $20. I got a couple pieces of rainbow trout and a pair of shoes for next winter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed the explanation of what I ran into on that battery. I thought maybe you guys would enjoy that, telling you what happened and what I did. So hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys I'm trying to do some videos for you guys, so we'll keep going, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for always watching. It's your friendly neighborhood chef, and wait for a rainbow trout video. I'm gonna be doing them on the grill. So catch you guys later. Thanks for always watching.